Things in this video that I forgot to mention last time because so there was like a few days, like 1 or 2 days in between the last what have I been watching episode, the last one to the last one I recorded anyways. So I forgot to talk about True Grit, the John Wayne film. This is the remake. Very weird how they did this. The original should be on top, remake should be on bottom. This I got this for $5 at Walmart. I hadn't watched the original. I've never seen a single John Wayne movie, so I sat down and watched it, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm excited to see the remake because I've heard that one's pretty good too. I'm hoping it's not the same movie, like beat for beat or something, because that would be really bad. But yeah, I'm excited to watch it. It looks good, so that's that. Also, I started watching the X-Men, the animated series. I started watching it a while ago, and then I kind of stopped. And I kind of got excited. I had this, like, X-Men box showing up in the mail. I was like, well, yeah, I should start watching X-Men animated series and finally finish that show. Because it's a really short show. Like, the seasons are, like, 13 episodes. And I think, like, Lucifer, there's, like, one season that's, like, 26. So it's like, yeah, I should do that. And so I was like, okay. Hey, let me grab water. Jeez, I'm almost out of water, but okay. But it's a good show. Like, it's honestly incredible. Like, it feels like I'm actually reading the comics. Like, there are parts that are simplified to where, like, an 8-year-old or whatever could understand it. But, like, it's still really good and really mature, and like it's almost like Batman animated series, what Batman animated series kind of does for Batman, but with X-Men. It's cool that they're on Disney Plus, so people who haven't seen them can watch them because they are really good, and honestly, they do hold up. I mean, sure, there's like some cheesier elements, but not enough to really bog it down or where it wouldn't hold up that great. Another good one to check out if you're gonna check out that one's Silver Surfer. Phenomenal. I love the Silver Surfer one. That one, unfortunately, ends on a cliffhanger, and it's really short, but it's fantastic, and I love it. So yeah, let's talk about some shows on Netflix and Amazon. As you can see, wait, no, you can't see. I have Lucifer on the TV because I've been watching a lot of Lucifer. So my original intention was with Lucifer. So I started watching Jack Ryan. I made that video about it, right? And I was like, okay, let me turn on an episode of Umbrella Academy. I'll finish that show and Lucifer. So one episode of Lucifer, one episode of Umbrella Academy. I watched one episode of Umbrella Academy, and I stopped watching. And I went into an episode of Lucifer, and I went, you know what? There's 13 episodes here, and the rest of the shows have like 10 episodes a season, right? So for this show to be like, so I'm getting past it a lot quicker. I'm gonna watch up to episode 4, so that way I can just start back on episode 5. So I watched episode 4. Went back to Umbrella Academy, and I watched the second episode, which was good. I liked it a lot better than the first episode. It was more, I think it was a better kind of proof of concept. But then, I went to Amazon Prime. Let's load up Amazon here. And, I'm gonna load up Amazon here, but I watched the second episode, Jack Ryan, which I like this episode a lot more than the first episode. I think the pilot, like, it's a really good episode to like pitch the series, but it's just too long of an episode, I would say. But the second episode is shorter. It's about 44 minutes or 45 minutes. And it's a lot quicker and a better paced. And so I liked that episode a lot better. And so I watched, and I really liked that one. So that was a really good episode. But then when you get to, back to So let's get back to Umbrella Academy, and then we'll talk about Lucifer and why I'm like so into that show. And I'm gonna like finish season 1 today, and I'll do like a review on it on my main channel. But Umbrella Academy. Okay, so I like this show. Like I liked it. Okay, so basically, from what I understand, this show is based on a comic. I have not read the comic. But it's actually pretty popular from what I understand. Like, not like, like the greats, DC, Marvel, blah, 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 or even some of the more popular indie comics, but it's still pretty popular for what it is. And the guy who created it is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, which I freaking love. My Chemical Romance songs like Black Parade, Teenagers, and stuff like that. And so kind of this is his comic that they made this into the show. I haven't read the comic, so I can't tell you how accurate it is to the comic. I will do that at some point. But aesthetically, like, this show is really good. There's some amazing cinematography. There's some pretty fun characters. It's a weird and goofy premise, but it's just something about the way they play within that. They make it kind of really work, and they make the characters seem really appealing and almost like human, like you can relate to them, and it's fun, and it's really well done. But like the first episode is kind of but like episode 2 is really good, and episode 2 is what got me hooked on the show. So I'm gonna go back to it after I finish Lucifer season 1, and what I'm gonna hope is like I'll finish season 1 of Umbrella Academy, then I finish season 1 of Jack Ryan, and then I go back, finish Lucifer season 2, which I thought Lucifer season 2 was actually coming out August 11th. I don't know where I heard that. It's actually August 22nd, I believe. You can correct me on that if I'm wrong. So I have a lot of time to actually catch up on Lucifer, and so if I play my cards right, I should be able to finish that show before season 5 comes out and do a review of season 5, which would be awesome, because I did want to watch the show and be able to watch season 5 when it comes out and do a review. That was kind of my goal a while ago, but the first episode was kind of meh. Like, you kind of see where they're setting things up, but it was like, okay, this concept seems amusing, but like, crap, I just lost my spot on episode 8. That's unfortunate. Here, let me... There we go. There. Sorry about that. But I watched episode 2, and then I watched episode 3, 4, and the more I watched of the show, I was like, yes, this is an awesome premise. And the lead, I don't know his name, I'll have to look it up, but he is so charismatic as like this devil. So kind of the concept of the show is that like he's Satan, like he's Lucifer, the devil, and he's tired of God, like, you know, him being forced to like be this devil, rule over hell. He goes, yeah, I'm done with that crap, I'm out of here. And he goes to San Francisco, and he meets up with this cop, and him and this like cop, they become like detectives together. And so it's kind of like it's a buddy cop show with Satan. Like, it's actually, as weird as that sounds, it's really funny and really well done, because you got this character who's just having fun with life. He doesn't give a crap about anything because he's the devil. He knows how things are gonna turn out, and he knows like, yeah, we all don't have that much time. He knows he's like literally indestructible, so he just doesn't care. And then you got this cop who's like a human. She cares about crap, and he kind of has to be pushed off of his like pedestal and be bettered as a person because of her. Like the devil has to learn to be a better person. It is such a weird, funny concept for the show, but it works so well, and I think it's super funny and fun to watch and engaging. My only problem is like the cop stories can be generic cop stories at times, and they're like, eh. And I don't know the other character's name. Like, is Dr. Chloe or whatever. Or whatever. I think that's her name. I'm forgetting her name, but the actress does a great job. Like, she's great as the character. She really plays that character well. But, like, the writing just doesn't give her much to do. Like, she kind of just has the same stick every episode. And so, like, a lot of the show is dragged by the charismatic lead and the really great concept and kind of the engaging aspect of those two things. And it works really well, but I could see how, like, later in the show, it could become a better show. I guess I kind of already did a mini review for season 1. I want to do a better one when I'm finished with the season. But yeah, the reason why I make this video earlier, and just doing this tomorrow, I was like, no, I'm liking the show too much. And right now I'm not really going to use my Blu-ray player because, you know, my older Blu-ray player, it was on its way out. I've had that thing for 12 years, mind you. And I made a video about this, actually, and I'm getting it replaced. And so I'm waiting for the new one to show up. So when that new one shows up, I might turn this on. I think I'm going to finish these 3 shows. And then when I finish these 3 shows, I probably will start watching movies again. Because I do like these shows and I want to finish watching them. I also, you know, have things I'm looking forward to on Disney Plus. The One and Only Ivan is coming to Disney Plus next week. But this Friday, we got Howard, the new Disney Plus documentary about Howard Ashman, I believe. And then we got Muppets Now episode 2, which I'll be talking about that. And then you know, One and Only Ivan episode 3 come out the week after. And then episode 4, I believe there's another Disney Plus movie I'm forgetting, but yeah. And then and then after that, we have Phineas and Ferb Candace Against the Universe, and that will also be coming out with the 5th episode of Muppets Now. So I'm pretty excited about all that. So stay tuned for all that content talking. But for right now, I'm just watching through this, and I really am enjoying it.